Hello, hello. Welcome to English Extras. My name is Jean. If you're here, it's because you don't want to sound like a textbook. You're in the right place. This podcast is to help intermediate and advanced learners find alternatives to textbook English so you can express yourself authentically. Before we begin, if you want the transcript for this episode, you can follow the link in the description. Reading and listening at the same time is a great way to improve your English. And I also include definitions of words and phrases I use in the episode, as well as example sentences at the end of each transcript. Ready? Let's begin. In the previous episode, I shared 6 idioms we can use to show we are angry or irritated. In this episode, I'm going to balance that out by sharing 6 ways you can show you are happy. Let's start with synonyms for happy. First of all, there aren't many contexts where it would be natural to say to someone, "I'm happy." Maybe if someone asked you, "Why do you look like that?" In general, happy is used within larger expressions, such as, "Oh, I'd be happy to help you with that." But there are other words, synonyms to happy, that we also use in these larger expressions. There are 2 main ones, glad and thrilled. Glad, in my opinion, is pretty much equal to happy. To say, "I'd be happy to help you," and "I'd be glad to help you," have essentially the same vibe. Thrilled, on the other hand, is a little more intense than happy. It's half a step up from happy. So to say, "I'd be thrilled to help you," means I'd be very happy to help you. It's more enthusiastic. So those are 2 alternatives to the word happy. Now let's talk about the idioms. Let's set the scene. Imagine you have really liked someone romantically for a long time. You're always nervous around them. You think they are amazing. You really want to ask them on a date. You think about it all day. How am I going to ask? You're going to do it. You're going to ask. Your palms are sweaty. Your heart is pounding. You ask, "Would you like to go to dinner with me?" And the person says yes. Oh, the relief. Oh, the happiness. They said yes. You are on cloud 9. The expression is to be on cloud 9. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea where this expression comes from. However, a quick Google search tells me that it might have come from a way of classifying clouds in the 1950s, but there isn't solid evidence for that. So take it with a grain of salt. Point is, if you're on cloud 9, you are floating. You are beyond thrilled. You are so, so happy. For the next 2 idioms, we're going to stick with the astronomical theme. First, we had clouds. Now, we're going to drift a bit higher. Let's imagine you have a really important exam at school or presentation at work. You put your heart and soul into this work. You put an enormous amount of effort and care into it. You really want it to go well. And it does. You ace your exam, which means to get a great score. Or you nail your presentation, which means to perform perfectly. Oh, happy day. You're on top of the world. The expression is to be on top of the world. We use this to express our extreme happiness the same way we would use on cloud nine. In fact, you could use either for this context. I used on top of the world because to me, to be on top of the world is associated with victory, of overcoming a challenge. But that's my association. That may not be true for everyone, and it definitely isn't an actual rule. Now let's take these idioms a bit higher. We started on a cloud, moved up to the whole world. Now let's leave Earth entirely. Okay, let me set another scene for you. Let's imagine you just got married and you and your partner really want to have children. Finally, you and your partner are expecting a baby. Not only are you over the moon, but when you tell your friends and family, they are over the moon too. The expression is to be over the moon. This means the same as the other expressions: extremely happy, delighted, thrilled. We've been on cloud nine, on top of the world, and over the moon. Now, let's bring it back to Earth and talk about the next expression, which is to be a happy camper. A camper is someone who goes camping. I'm not sure where this expression came from, and neither does Google, but it might have originated from the custom of American kids being sent to summer camps. It isn't really standard to send kids to summer camps, but it's also pretty normal. Either way, to be a happy camper means to be very happy and content. For example, when I buy a bunch of new books, I am quite the happy camper. My husband is a happy camper when he wins a Mario Kart race against me. What makes you a happy camper? Our last expression for this episode is to have a ball. Of course, depending on context, this expression might mean that someone physically holds or possesses a ball. However, it can also mean that someone is having a great time. It's another way of saying, I'm having fun. For example, if you went out to dinner and saw a movie or went to a concert, maybe someone will ask you, "Oh, how did it go? How was it?" And you can say, "Oh my God, we had a ball." There's a variation of this expression that's used in the same contexts and has the same meaning. That is to have a blast. In the previous example about going out to dinner and seeing a movie or going to a concert, you could also answer, "Oh my God, we had a blast." Of course, it doesn't always have to refer to a past event. If you're watching something happening in the moment, you can use the present continuous tense to say something like, wow, he's having a ball. Or, looks like she's having a blast. And you can use this to refer to a future event. You can say to someone, don't worry, you'll have a ball. Or, you got this, you'll have a blast. So there you have 6 expressions that tell someone you're happy or extremely happy. Which one surprised you the most? How would you use these expressions? As always, you can find the transcript for this episode by following the link in the description. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.